I jinxed it. I jinxed it earlier, didn't I? And then I got kicked out of my stream, but there I am again. Of course, I've confused everyone. Everyone's lost me. But hopefully you get a notification saying that the stream has started again. So I'm just going to slowly carry on. This is the thing with live streams. So, yeah, so sorry about that. I know I jinxed it. I said that my connection was good, and then literally as soon as I said it, I was knocked out of my stream. So there we go, just carrying on. I want to at least finish this page, if not the another one. So there we go. And I'm just going to add in, I don't know if I can see this, I'm going to try. Yeah, I think this shows up quite well. So lighter color over darker color. So, Joey, I'm really sorry. I got disconnected from my stream. I don't really know what the problem was. It just said you've been disconnected and you have to reconnect again, which I did, but then it started a new stream. So there we go. I think I'm going to say this page is also finished and then move on to the next one. So then if anyone joins in new, it also makes sense. But I like going with a lighter color over dark color. I think that looks nice. So this was the first one that we made. And then the second one is this one. There we go. This is true. There's not much you can do about it. This is the thing. Yeah. Sometimes the technology gods just suddenly kick you out. And there we go. So I'm going to have a look at another picture. And actually I was going to save, I forgot to do that, didn't I? Save this picture to my Pinterest board. So all the reference pictures that I'm using are from Pinterest. You can find them there. I really like these blue flowers. These are very cute. Do I want to do more flowers? I really like sort of some loose like petal shapes. So should I do some fruit? Let's do that. I think a lot of fruit I can draw just from memory, but I think it'd be nice to have a bit of inspiration for everyone here. There we go. Let me move that a little bit. So, there we go, and I will save that to a board as well. So again, you can find it all on my Pinterest. So I think I can stick with orange. So stick with orange. I'll stick with that dark orange as well, and then I want a slightly darker green for the leaves. So there we go. So this is my color palette for now. I tend to pick my colors beforehand. I don't know if you've noticed that. I tend to pick my colors beforehand and then have like a clear color palette to work with. So I'm going to start with this light orange. So if there's an orange here, one here. This is almost like a pattern already, isn't it? So there we go. I'm just mapping out my pattern. There we go. These are going to be my oranges. And then these are going to be the leaf shapes. So I'm starting here. Actually, shall I color I think I'll color the background first and I'll do the dark color over it. So the background is going to be lighter green. Of course, you can go for a very different color palette. Feel free to mix it up. So, and see, the nice thing is that this doesn't go through the paper. I can just layer up this paint and I don't have to worry about it pressing through. And I've been drawing a lot with alcohol markers. And alcohol markers go for everything. If I would draw this with alcohol markers, I would have at least 6 pages where the ink would go through. And of course, you can use marker paper, and you can use or thicker watercolor paper. You can put sheets of paper in between to protect your paper underneath. But it's quite refreshing just to be able to layer up this paint quite thick and without any concern about what's happening underneath. For me, it's quite freeing. So it's a new, fun experience. And of course, I knew this from Posca pens, and I've drawn a lot with Posca in the past, but it's been a little while, and it's just really nice to feel that sensation again. So there we go. Nice colourful background. I'm really looking forward to seeing this booklet filled as well. I think it'd be so much fun once it's all done. So there we go. I've got lots of paint on my hands. I think I'm okay. So there we go. Thank you, Lorraine. That's really lovely to hear. I said this a few weeks ago, didn't I? But I have been getting lots of people applying for jobs at Makings and Musings recently, which I think is really lovely because it means that people look at my website and then think, oh, I'd love to work with that organization. But I think people might not realize that it's just me, that I'm by myself and I'm doing all my courses and my classes myself. And I'm not really in the space, or really not in the space to hire anyone. It seems a huge responsibility to hire people and to work with people. Of course, I do collaborate with people sometimes where we create something together or do things like live streams together on socials and things like that, or from a podcast as well. But yeah, that's very different from hiring someone. But I do really appreciate it when people send me a letter, because it's just a nice thing. And I know people put themselves out there as well to email an organization with an open application. It's scary, and especially if they're quite young, because a lot of people who email me, they're sort of school leavers, and I really appreciate it. It's really lovely, even though I can't do really anything for them. So yeah, I've had 3 applications for people this month, which for me is quite, I think that's quite a lot, but it's I guess in the big scheme of things it's not that many, is it? But for me it's that's quite a lot. So I really like this page, how it's coming together. making sure I'm centering this so you can see what I'm doing. So there we go. This is quite different from what I do in my art classes normally, of course. I don't really teach any techniques here, do I? But hopefully you feel inspired to do a bit of art when you watch this, or maybe you feel inspired to also draw something in a sketchbook or create something a little bit like what I'm making. So I want to have lots of leaves in here. And some need to overlap the oranges, and then some will go underneath the oranges. So I'm trying to create something a bit playful. There we go. What's your favorite medium? What do you paint with most or draw with most? Watercolors, markers, color pencil, charcoal. What is it that you use the most? What do you like the most? And why? Why do you like this medium? I'm curious. I use almost everything. Whatever I can find, I love to use. So as I said, oil painting is quite new for me. Graphite pen and ink or watercolor. Oh, interesting. So graphite is probably the material I use the least, because I very rarely sketch before I start making art. And if I sketch, I usually sketch in color pencil. So graphite is something that I use very little of. I have some graphite powder, but even that I've not used for ages. I used to like it a lot. Yeah, so that's interesting. And ink and watercolors I use a lot, of course. I think people here probably know that. I just pulled some new watercolor sketchbooks. I'm thinking of doing a series of abstract watercolors. I did a course of abstract watercolor landscapes a little while ago, but not like only abstract shapes. So I was thinking of hosting a course in that, because it's a really relaxing, fun way of painting. So everyone can do it. You don't need any drawing skills, which is really lovely. It's drawing and painting are two different skills, and of course it really helps to have drawing skills when you paint, but especially when you make something abstract. So when you say tempera paint, is that the same as gouache, or do you mean, because I know in different countries sort of things have different names, or do you mean like egg-based sort of traditional tempera? There's a lot of like if it's the latter, if you have like egg-based tempura, that's really wonderful. That's really nice paint. It's not something that I use very often. But I know it's really lovely. Really lovely material. I've had the opportunity to use it a few times in the past. So charcoal, I use lots of charcoal as well. I use my charcoal for portraits and animal portraits mostly. People portrait and animal portraits. So I did a course last year of drawing portraits in charcoal, because I think when you start using charcoal, you can make so many changes to it, and it's a really wonderful way of learning the drawing skills and working with proportions and learning all these things. I think I'm going to say this page is finished. Maybe I'll do a few white little corners here, but that's okay. What do you reckon? Finished or not finished? I reckon this page is done. I enjoyed that. I think I'm going to slowly wrap this up because I've done 3 pages. There we go. This was the first one. This flower, and I really like this one. Sometimes once you sort of warm up a little bit and then it gets easier, doesn't it? So this is probably my favorite from today. I like this one as well, but I think the colors are a little bit flat. This has a bit more power in it because of the bright orange. So, well, thank you so much for joining in. Really lovely to see you. Really lovely to have a chat about art materials as well. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you soon. I'm just quickly checking, because I think next week I should be okay for next week's session as well. So 3 o'clock every week, 3 o'clock at here on my YouTube channel. So all you need to do is just be here at 3 o'clock and then you'll see it pop up. And I'll see you next week. I'm thinking of doing the same thing next week, just a few more pages. Let me know if that's something that you would enjoy. If everyone really wants to do something else, I'll think of a different topic to draw. Really lovely to see you. Take care. Bye.